My name is Tom Livy. I'm your host and the current CEO of Smarketing CONNECT and one of the original co-founders. We do this. We do these episodes with our expert people and members of Smarketing CONNECT. We had a member come back, Mr. Bob Grant. This is now, I think, your third time on the podcast, which I'm very excited about because I just enjoy talking to you. But Bob, before we get into the reason we're here today for this episode, if you could just remind everybody who you are and what you do, that would be great. And then I'll jump into what the episode is all about.
Sure. Thanks, Tom, for inviting me back. My name is Bob Grant. I'm president of Grant Marketing. We're a marketing agency that works with manufacturing companies.
Awesome. So this episode of the podcast is all about the proof in the pudding, right? The case studies, the solutions that we provide to our clients, and I'm probably just gonna make it pretty brief, and then I'll just let you go off on your tangent here because I want to know about we write case studies all the time and we always post them on our website, but I think it's a little bit more unique to hear people actually talk through the case studies because you can see how the wheels turn and how the excitement goes and how they got there and like how how the client was resolved, the client issue was resolved, sorry. So why don't we just jump right in, Bob? So live action case study. Tell us about a client that you had that came to you with a particular problem, your solution and the results and all that goes with it.
Sure. I hope I don't go too long on this because this is actually a case study that we're currently working on. So the company is Precision Coating Company out of Hudson, Massachusetts, that was recently sold to a much larger public company called Integer. So I met Precision Coating founders back probably 12, 13 years ago. They had invented a new anodic coating, which does not break down under rigorous sterilization process, making it highly suitable for medical equipment, such as surgical trays and surgical instruments. The founder, Tim Cabot, somehow we connected. I'm not quite sure how. And he said, "Look, I've got a new product. I need a branding agency to help us figure out a name for the product, how we're going to position the product, and how we're going to grow our business." So we came to an agreement and we started working on this anodic coating. Basically, it was a brand development, brand strategy um, assignment. We came up with the name Microlocks, which today is a well-known anodic coating used in the medical industry throughout the world. So we took that, back 12, 13 years ago. We market the product. It became very successful right away. This triggered growth within the company itself. It started off as a company called DCHN Anodizing. They then purchased a polymer coating company, and eventually they merged into this precision coating company. I'm very proud of this um, particular client because we've been with them for so long. We've taken them through many iterations, starting with Microlocks, and to be able to then, successfully be able to hand them off to the sale of their business to a much larger company. So it's very satisfying.
Sweet.
And I don't know if that covers enough, but
Well, a quick follow-up question. So what were some of the strategies well, maybe both strategies and or tactics that you used to get them there, like to help them really blow up the product that they were selling?
yeah. So first of all, because we were dealing with one specific product, which really was quite revolutionary, so we wrote all the content for Microlocks and why it was good for medical device companies and medical equipment companies. We then focused on those target audiences, companies like Johnson and Johnson, Boston Scientific, Stryker Company. So we wanted to get the information out to them. We published ads in all the medical equipment magazines. These are business to business magazines like Medical Device Products, medical products, outsourcing, things like that. We did a lot of press releases because this was new news to the industry. So it was really, going out full force in a marketing um, program that was geared toward a very specific market. And it started taking off. These companies came to Microlocks, or at the time, the company was called DCHN Anodizing at the time, and they wanted to know more about the products. Um, DCHN, or it was also Sanford Processing Company. There were a number of different companies involved in it. But they started doing tests on whether the anodic coating Microlocks actually worked or not. They found that it did. And then so the company sort of grew from there. But it was the initial sort of push to let these medical device and equipment companies know about that microlocks exist, and it solved the problem for them because at the time, for think of a surgical instrument, a surgical handle, for example, used by surgeons. Those handles were made out of titanium or some other metal that was either very expensive or very heavy. They would have liked to go to aluminum, which was very light and very inexpensive, but that didn't exist because the the sterilization would break down and they wouldn't last long. So
Mhm.
Microlocks was an eye opener for them because then they could make these products lightweight and it did hold up under surgical processing,
Yeah.
sterilization processing, I should say.
So it's interesting. So I love, so you basically deployed every tactic that there was, like with press releases and print material and website, like the whole, you went full boat to every tactic that was available to at your disposal. But
Yes, including the Microlocks. We did a website specifically for Microlocks as well as the company website. So,
so, which is fascinating to me. More importantly, I think when we talk about case studies and we talk about what the outcomes were, I don't think you can get much better outcome than selling the company. Like that's actually that's pretty good. I love it. So it wasn't like, oh, we increased, a lot of the case study outcomes. When you see the outcomes, it's, oh, we increased sales by 20%, or we, what they're like these little what's the word I was thinking of? Not insequential. They're compared to selling the company and like walking off into the sunset, they basically are insignificant. So I commend you on that, Bob. That's really
yeah,
great. I love it.
just an aside, and you can include this or not, but um, so my original deal on Microlocks with the founder of the company was, look, you pay me a commission based on how much Microlocks you sell. So it wasn't a straight agency kind of deal. So
That's
we
right.
worked on that, and within a year, he then came back to me. He said, "Bob, you're making too much money. Let's go to a regular standard agreement." So it really
I
took
love
off.
it. I love it. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. Well, we'll wrap up here. Bob, again, thank you very, very much for coming on again. I think it's been very exciting for me to learn more about you. Really impressed and really happy to have you as part of Smarketing Connect. So thank you very much for coming on the podcast, and I appreciate you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Tom. Anytime.
Thanks. And everybody out there, you know the deal. Keep selling.